Adrian, I'll tell you. So it's made of 5 cobblestone, uh, 1 piece of chicken, Debbie, me, myself, and I.
All right, how you guys doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Let me enable my screen here. And just put that up. So, all right, well, we'll give people a chance. I'm also testing out a live stream that's going on. It should be going to multiple platforms. And you guys can hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me all right.
I do.
Yeah? Okay, cool. All right, well, we're getting things started, and it's connecting to a bunch of people here. So let me share my screen. So what we're doing here, and I'm opening it up to a live stream right now just because I'm still testing this stuff out. So those who join us on other platforms, you're going to get some inside tips here, part of our Dropshipping Insiders group. So let me share my screen. And let me know if you can see the screen. So, all right, so this is all about finding winning products, and I want it to be collaborative with those of us within the group. One of the things that I did share with you guys was about this shared worksheet where we could actually drop in product ideas that we can begin searching. So I would say, one of the things that we can do, is look at the product ideas that are mentioned here. But I would say for others, if you have ideas that you've been thinking about and want to explore, it's something that I can do, even throughout the week. We don't have to wait for a session like this, but it's something that we could do and begin exploring right now. So one of the things that we can take a look at is like, okay, we got Steam Mop, and what we have available today, and this is what we're going to run through, is that we want to leverage the paid tools that I've been subscribing to and leverage it so that you guys have access to see some insights to it without having to pay for it yourself. So like I mentioned in the screenshot, we got Ecom Hunt, Viral Vault, Ad Spy, and even Worldwide Brands. So if we get to that, we'll open up Worldwide Brands, but I got the tabs already opened up. So let's take a look here. So here we have the Steam Mop. So Shashi submitted Steam Mop, and I'd say let's even start doing some basic research here, even with like Google Trends, right? So one of the things to take a look at in Google Trends is even just see if people are actively searching on this thing here. So let me bring over that tab here. And we can enter a search topic. So let's say Steam Mop. And we can even see, what seems to be happening over here. So we could see, around Thanksgiving time, people were looking to clean up here towards the end of the year. And then it looks like now, as we're getting here, that there's an upward trend that that's happening in the search engine. So we do see an upward trend that's going up here. So it's something that's worth exploring. So let's even dive into the paid tools here. So this is an entry into Ecom Hunt, which is a paid tool There's a lot of recommended tools. They default by showing some of the newest ones. And I'd say, even, jump out questions, anything's catching your eye, but let's even put in the words mop and see what comes up here. So this is something that's pretty interesting. Actually, there's quite a few, as we can see here. So here we got this long handle mop, and this one is interesting because I've been seeing this one pop up quite a few times. And the whole concept of the mop is actually in alignment with what I think people are leaning towards right now, right? So we have the coronavirus, that's going on, and everyone wants to be as clean and as safe as possible. If you guys were at the town hall event and we talked about, there's a university study and they basically pointed out, what were the biggest, concerns, what was on top of people's minds. And it was, concerns about, their loved ones, not catching the virus, and then they themselves not catching it. And so they're thinking about, being as clean and as sanitary as possible. And this is where I think we're going to see stuff in this space related to cleaning and unique ways to clean that, this will fall into that space. So this product has been coming up a few times that I've noticed already. And here we can take a look. So Ecom Hunt is already breaking things down. They're pointing out a number of stores that are selling it through, that they saw through their system or through their inspector. So there's 44 stores starting to sell it already. This thing here is like a flat type of mop that goes underneath certain areas that regular mops can't. And they give some recommended pricing. The cool thing is that they even highlight some Facebook ads that people are using. So here we can see it's very active in the comments. You can see some of the users. So this is actual comments of people replying to somebody's ad. And then you can get a glimpse of their ad, right? So here, long handled dust brush mop and clean anywhere easily. And so you can see examples of the wordings. Even in Ecom Hunt, they even give an example of how to target your campaigns. So in this case, they're saying anybody interested in gadget and gears, home accessories, and are engaged shoppers. So that would be criteria, as you're launching the ad sets, that the audience you would be interested. They give a good recommendation here. Looks like they also have a video. So let's play this. So there's already a video demonstrating the thing, and I'd say that's pretty interesting too, right? So we don't have to watch the whole video, but so you can see there's a lot of things here. Now let's take a look at, they recommend how it's selling in AliExpress. So let's click on the AliExpress link. And in this case, we can see here that it's available, but this is where we want to be careful. And really, you could do your own thing, but the stuff that I've been working on, especially within the group, is that I focus on now just the U.S. Shipping options that's available. So this one by default, I do not see shipping to the United States, but not from the United States. So we want to find an option that's shipping from the United States. And basically we're here, but I would do a search that's basically, we would type in the search box here, let's just say dust mop. And now we're doing a search. So instead of just leaning on Ecom Hunts, we're going to do a search here. And we can see they're pointing out a bunch of things. But one of the things that we want to check into here is that we want to check that it's shipping from the United States. And now we're going to see the product options that we have here. This looks like an example spray. Oh, these are, let's scroll down to see if we see that long handled dust mop. No, don't see it here. Maybe it's that word mop, but this is related to the idea of mop itself. So let's initially just click on the first one here just to see what this one's selling at. So if we select ships from the United States and then select the first option here, okay. Now here's another good tip, and I think I don't know if Sam's joining us today, but you know, we talked about this in our last session, which is that even though it's shipping from the United States, it technically is, but look at the duration. It says it's going to deliver by 4/26. So that's pretty much like 30 days from now. And what that actually means is that AliExpress does have US distribution, but what they're actually doing is that they're shipping it from China to their US distribution center, and then from there they're shipping it to the customer, as opposed to just shipping it directly to the customer. If this option was shipping directly to the customer, this wouldn't be 30 days. You would see a 4 to 7 day shipping, and that's what we should be looking for. So let's close that one and take a look at the next one. And I'm going to select the United States shipping, and let's select a product here. Okay, these are about the same, a little bit long shipping time. So let's take a look. There should be one here. Let's find one. This one's 4/16, a little bit better, but it's still following the same process. We want to see, and then the stock looks a little low as well. So that doesn't look like a good item. So these are things to be looking for and to be mindful of. And let me know if the screen is too small for you guys. I wasn't thinking about that, but look at this here. We found a winner. So 4 to 7 day shipping, and it's going through here like this. So this is actually pretty cool. In this case, it's not the same product that we saw here. I think we will find this. I think we just need to click a little further in the search options. But this looks like a pretty cool option. So this is like about $12 here. So say about $23 at cost. But this thing could sell for a lot more. And we could see the way this thing looks. And let's see what this video. So getting that container where you can actually clean the thing off, I think that's pretty attractive. So it's something that you could actually, yeah, that's pretty cool. So this is definitely a viral product that's worth pursuing. And actually, one of the things that we could check, this is where we could see, you know, how is it performing. We go to home.aliexpress.com and we do like a product analysis. And this is where we can paste and analyze the product trends. And yeah, I mean, take a look at this. We could see that the options selling 100 units just 2 days ago. So this is actually pretty cool. So this is one of the things, if you don't already have, so for the people watching, there's people online, if you don't already have a home.aliexpress account, this is something that you want to set up. It's called the Dropshipper Center that AliExpress does. And you basically get access to see this type of analysis, because when you're looking like the public that sees, you know, this, and we see a total number of orders, 5,000, but in the product analysis section, we get to see some recent daily sales, not just total sales, but how is it selling currently. So actually, this is pretty cool. So yeah, I would say this is definitely worth testing. The video looks really catchy, and people's interests are into this here. So I would say, you know, this one here, I could paste in here the link. And then this one, I would say, yeah, this is a go. So I'm going to color this green. and you know, definitely worth testing for sure. I like adding emojis in there. So cool stuff. So competitor ads, I mean, that's available. I'm sure we could find some in there. And actually, let's take a look in there. So let's dive into like Ad Spy. And Ad Spy, this is another tool, and this is a tool that a lot of the pros use related to searching for existing ads. So we can do a few things here. Let's get this in the work. So let's I want to do a recent creation. So created, let's just say, you know, from a month back to about now. And then if we type the word, I guess, mop, and what's another thing? Let's apply to the US countries. And Ooh. Shop now. Okay, so this looks like a decent enough filter. So let's see what the results here. And we'll even get other ideas related to mop. So here we see the Fly Lady mop sale was $51, now half off. The Big Fly, what is this guy?
Justin here today with Fly Lady to show you a brand new Fly Lady foam tool. This one's called the Fly Lady Big Mop. It's a microfiber mop, just like our original microfiber mop, which I have right here behind me.
Okay, so you know that guy's doing an example of a mop. Let's just take a glance to see if there's anything related to our product. Actually, these look interesting. Look at this. Even this is something else. It's all foreign language. So it's like this container. Pretty interesting. Yeah, for sure. Looks like starting in a foreign country, but we could see it's pretty interesting. And we're able to take a look at things even further. So if we want, let's click into the shop. Now this will give us more details on what's happening here. So we can see the likes are increasing over this, and then we can actually see, we don't have a screenshot of the thing, but we could probably see based on, if we click on the shop now, wow, account suspended. So this guy was shut down, looks like. Yep. So not sure the reason why, but we can see different statistics related to this user. So that's interesting. Let's take a look at some others. This Fly Lady's running. This one. And feel free to shout out and stop me if you guys have any questions in the meantime here. This one looks similar to what we saw, right? It has that thing. Yeah. This is absolutely similar. This is actually really good. So it's definitely similar to this, right? We saw this bucket thing where it goes down, okay? And now we see the same thing here. We see the ad that they're using. Look at this, shoot up over the past, it looks like it's been about 5-6 days, really shooting up. And here's their site. So now we can get an idea, what is this person selling it for? $43.95. So $43.95, they get this. And we can see it's totally a Shopify store. It looks like the Brooklyn theme, the way it's kind of laid out here. Looks reviews, right? So we're starting to see, this is totally drop shipping. They priced it like this, so 43. And when we look at the pricing, does that make sense? Yeah, so you're making about $20, good, 20 some dollars profit, because this is about 23 and he's selling it for 43. And so yeah, this person's making a profit. And imagine, your customer can get now the 4 to 7 day shipping. So I think we found a really good product here. Let's see what else. We can see a lot of the good comments. We can also see the demographics of this person's ad, which is really cool. So there's no more guessing at this point. So we could see that, okay, here's male, female breakdown, United States, Canada, the age groups. So we could see what age group. So we get some good information here, and then we can also check on the company. So let's check their Facebook page. And here we could see they have a Facebook page called The Gadgets. Close that. What I want to look at to find out a little bit more about the Facebook advertiser, there's a section on their page that's called Page Transparency. So we click on that. So we can see the page started towards the end of 2019, so in October. And it looks like they're saying people who manage it is from Vietnam. And if we go to the ad library, so we can see what ads is this page currently running. And they're running these 2 ads. And they started it on the 21st, and then they started one on the 21st, and they started another one on the 24th. So you can see that they're starting to grow, and we saw that trend in the stats before. So you can see that they're starting to duplicate the ads because it's probably selling for them. And here, we get an example of the ads and what's working for them. We basically, Russell Brunson says, take what somebody else is doing that's working for them and model, what they're doing. So we create our own version of that. So yeah, this is really interesting for sure. So I'd say this is a really good find. Let's see. I would say in the notes here, one of the things that I do, and for those of us in the insiders group, I share this with you. So one of the things that I do related to this, let's see here. I click on the fill your funnel, and looks like I have to log in. Let me log into it because it's something that's worth saving. But fill your funnel is a concept that's through Russell Brunson's tool. It's called creating swipe folders, and marketers know they have swipe files, which is like proven advertisements. And what I've been doing as a part of the research and product research, saving this stuff to a swipe folder and then sharing it with you guys here. So what I'm going to do is I need to I need to log into that. 1 second. Okay, so I'm logged in, and what I'm going to do is create this here, and so it does a capture, and I'm going to say, I'll create a new one. So this is called Dropship Funnel. And let's say like this, I'll give a date because this is our product research day, so March 26th. So we'll say whatever we're saving here, we'll save it to this, and it'll be easy for me to share today's research with you guys. So this is definitely something worth saving. Let's see what else. The product itself. So this right here, we're going to save. And this is US shipping. I think this is great. And we'll also take a picture of this person's store so we know what to compare it with. And let me do a capture of the person's Facebook as well. And I think we'll be good, yeah. So you can see how the research is all coming together for this. And yeah, really great stuff for sure. So I'll even drop this in the spreadsheet. So this show the competitors ad. This will give you some insight there as well. So for those of us in the group, you're going to find this in there as well. Steam cleaner, kitchen, stuff like that. Yeah, let's do a search on that and see what's in there. And feel free to drop any questions if you guys have. But I'll go into this one, and then we can dive into some other topics. So let's maybe jump into ViralVault and see what ViralVault has. One thing about ViralVault is the search could use some improvement. Let's see if we see anything. Steam. The search kind of jumps around. So here's a garment steamer, March 10th, 2020. So let's take a look at this. So in ViralVault, they have a lot of good product recommendations. A lot of them are, you can find some that are similar to Ecom Hunt or the exact same, but they both have like their own advantages. Like ViralVault will actually help give you like a product description to use. And then if we get into the ad creative, you can actually make use of these video ads. So they created a video that you're allowed or we're allowed to use for advertising. So you can see, this thing gets the wrinkles out, it's handheld, boom, steam and sterilize. So you can see they're using some of the words there. Steam and sterilize, your clothing. So I think there's a thing there. So if we look at it, so we see here cost of goods. So let's find out, we'll see different things here. The supplier, competitors, Facebook ads. So you can see they point out the same things. Let's take a look at what they have for competitors' Facebook ads. So this was a competitor's Facebook ad with a buy now link. And I want to take a look at their buy now. US, geez, they're selling it for $90, 90 to 100. That's interesting. So now let's take a look at the supplier. And here's a supplier, and it's cool that the supplier will give the video. So it looks like the video's coming through. There's no US shipping on here, so this is where I would then search again for US shipping. So I'll do a search with some of their keywords in there. Select shipping from the United States, and then we can see hopefully what's related to the one that we were looking at. Was this the one? I'm not sure. No. Let's go back to the original product. Let's see what's here. Garment steamer. Let's try another search here. This one looks similar. But when we click on it, we're not seeing the exact same one. We're seeing different ones, but not the one that's in there. So this is where it goes to show that, you know, searching for the ones that are US shipping, you may not find every product in there, but it's just really up to you and your own business. For me, I'd just rather not deal with, you know, 30-day or more shipping and then your customers asking for, where's my product? So I'd rather, you know, just find whatever's US shipping, and not seeing that product at all. So looks like it's not US shipping, but we're seeing these other ones here that are. And let's take a look at this first one here. This one pink, so it seems to target women. Let's see. Wow, 1 to 5 days. Amazing. Okay. Let's take a look at the statistics here. And reached a good point here and then kind of dwindled down, but this is from one supplier of many at this point. So the thing is that it's selling not as high as I would hope. I would, you know, seeing things that's worth testing is if you see if it's consistently up here, but I would think it has some potential. That's interesting. But this 1 to 5 day shipping is, really interesting. It's worth giving it a try. Like, this type of product, but selling it in a similar fashion that the way that this item is selling, it might be worthwhile. So, that type of speed, and it's free. So $19.99 free. Let's see what's going on in AdSpy. Let's see what's in here. So instead of mop, we're gonna say steamer. And we're gonna see what's here. I think it's just these 3 that are advertising for steamer. So that's what they're pulling up. Let's take a look at Ecom Hunt and see what they have in store. Spa steamer. Here's a handheld steamer. Zero stores selling this product. So, I mean, it may be an indicator that, maybe, this might not be as worthwhile testing, just to see based on what's current. So let me see, where's the Google Trends? Oh, actually, here we said Steam.
Oh my God. I pulled back on it.
So I don't know. It's something that wouldn't be. I kind of like that the product's available really fast. That's the thing that I like. And if there's a hint of it, but it may not be as great as some other ideas. So for this one, there might be other things that might have better access, but this one's not that bad. So I'm kind of on the fence with this one. But initially, I would say, and especially if time's a factor, I probably would put time into something else. Let's say pass. Yeah, I'm thinking that would be the thing there.
Brian, the
Yeah.
biggest reason why you don't think it's a good option is why?
I'm thinking that it's not doesn't appear to be as hot as an item. So based on the sales history, which seems a little low for recent sales, and then if we're looking at where was it? Even we're looking at the ads, who's running ads related to this product within the past couple months, and it's an iron, not a steamer. And when we look at Ecom Hunt, I mean, this this is showing, but this is a post from 2 years ago, and the store selling it now is 0. So, could you get some sales? Probably. Is it a winner? My first thought is like, if I had the thing that I do have is like, okay, it is getting some sales, and if you have 1 to 5 days shipping, that's actually pretty cool. I wouldn't mind selling it, but it doesn't seem to be like a hot item. Yeah, that's my first thought. Yeah, do you guys have any other any ideas or things that you'd like to explore? I do need to stop about 8:50 because I'm going to be having a podcast interview with Kevin Zhang, and actually let me know if you guys have any questions for Kevin. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, even stuff related to product sourcing and things like that. And actually, I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to see if we can actually do the interview live in a similar fashion. And there's a way that you guys will be able to ask questions to Kevin live while we're doing the podcast. So I'm going to see if he's up for it. And if he is, then I'd say keep a lookout. You'll see it on Facebook or on YouTube. And so if it is, I'd say, you can jump in, and there'll be a link where you can actually post or vote up somebody's question if there's a question that you'd like to have Kevin answered. But I think it'll be pretty cool. So I need to see if he's up for it first, because I didn't mention. I was like, as I'm playing around with a lot of this live streaming stuff, that I want to see if he's willing to do that while we do the podcast.
That's in 10 minutes or so?
Yeah. Yeah, shortly after this. So, but yeah, I'd say, did you guys have any other product ideas or something that you wanted to quickly explore?
Not specific products, but I heard a few categories that might be doing well. Right now, everybody's kind of barricaded in their home. It's around the home education and learning niche. And also around walking or dog walking products to support that. Yeah, for sure. And it might even be worth, starting in here. And not to say that people are searching, but we could see an upward trend here for sure. And let's do some searching here. Stuff related to pets is always a good hot product for sure. The blanket, the things. And there's so many accessories, right? So like here's this pooper scooper bag attachment. That's probably interesting there. Dog leash for 2. That could be an item. Let's see what Viral Vault has. Yeah, see how some of the search kind of knocks off. See how initially it showed dog appropriately, and then it went away. So I remember seeing this harness. So like these type of harness
things for the dogs that they've been popular. Doggy bling.
No. They have a choice of a home.
Walking the puppy. And actually this was interesting. I think that was over here as well, right? This dual.
Ah, no. Yeah.
3 stores selling it. And yeah, you can see that they're both promoting the same product.
What? What? No, it's not. No, it's not.
The cost is pretty low. Wow.
Good profit.
Yeah, let me. Ooh, product not found. So there's that. I think we needed that term retractable. Yep, here we go. And I'd say let's look for United States and right here, let's see. Four to 7 days. Few sales. I don't even think it's worth plugging in, but quantity 10, so not that much quantity. This one's better, has about 6,000. So it's a good supply. I would say the next thing, let's see here.
That's mine. Oh. Hey, I'm closer than when I started.
So, doing a search here, we don't see the dual retractable, but this is pretty interesting. A hands-free dog leash. That's actually pretty cool. And let's see, let's take a look at the site here. It does, has only a few views right now. Let me click on the shop now. It says made in the USA.
Oh, wide open.
Let's see.
Wide open.
Yeah.
A bee. No. That's not bad.
So how do we buy it? Okay, well it's right here, $24.99. And it makes me wonder, hands-free dog leash, and goes around the waist. That one attached to the bike. And a dual one came up again. There we go. There's 2 of them, and there's a black one over there. 4 to 7 days. Red. So it looks like about, yeah. This could potentially be a free plus shipping that leads into something. pretty cool. I'd say let's save this. I'll share it in the folder. This might have potential. And the other one that might have potential. Or this, not this one. This one at 6,000 products. So we'll save this one. Yeah, that's interesting. So there might be something there. Not sure. I kind of like the idea that that could potentially be a free plus shipping, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So awesome stuff. Well, I think we're gonna end it here. But like I said, I'd say if Kevin's up for doing the podcast live, I'd say keep a lookout on Facebook, YouTube. It'll be streaming to multiple platforms, and we've had this going on. It's been like on Periscope, YouTube, LinkedIn, and so on. So really cool stuff. So this is all part of new things, getting more virtual, getting more connected. And I want to see if we could do the podcast live as well. And if that's the case, then you're going to be able to ask some questions in there. I have this thing. It's called Menti, which you'll get a chance to ask questions, which we'll see live towards the end. So I think it'll be pretty cool stuff. So, all right. Well, I'm going to stop the session here, and but we'll be sure to connect, and I'll share the information that we gathered with the Insiders group as well.
Great. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. All right, take care.
Thanks.
Have a good night.